What's up? What is up? What is up, everybody? Alberto. Good. Enjoy. Enjoy. Where'd you say you're going? A Caribbean or some shit? That's where most people go, right? No alert, right, guys? Hello, Oval, sir. What's good, Josue? Mexico? Nah, she ain't going to damn Mexico. She's going to Barbados, Jamaica, Montego Bay, Ochos Rios, Negril. I'm from Negril, Bahamas. I knew it. I said Barbados, didn't I? Well, whatever. Since 10 a.m. I usually don't go on till like 2 or 3. Guys, look what we got here. So, these are from the fucking 90s. These are from the 90s. These are OG gloves, like vintage joints from the 90s. You can see that. Brand new, not used, old, but you see this is pure white. This is a little faded, but these are from the 90s. Butter soft leather. These might have been one of the first Grants ever made. I might eBay these because I think I could get three to 5 G's for these. I do. I think I could get 3 to 5 G's for those. I'm just saying. And as you guys all know, anybody who wants to join the raffle to win these OG Grant gloves, 8-ounce Pro Fight Grant gloves, which obviously, as we know, aren't made anymore, but these are the fucking OG versions. You obviously send the $10 to this Cash App up here, or $10 to this PayPal address up here, and just state your name and obviously say Grant gloves, plural, because we are doing a raffle for also one Grant glove. Now you see the difference. This is a newer glove. You see how it has the red on the side. This is a newer version. This is a dope glove for getting signatures from your favorite fighters because the wristband is empty. But you have to specify Grant glove or Grant gloves. All right. Let me put the call-in number in. Let's do it. Hopefully no more schlongs coming up because that's no good. Put it on eBay and get the money. Nah, man, I want to raffle with you guys. I think it's more fun. I think it's more fun. And as you guys know, of course, we also got the Marvin Hagler joints. So we'll see. I think I should do one at a time. I think when I do numerous ones, I don't know. I think Ness is still live, which is wild. I was on with him like 3. I mean, this dude's been live 7-8 hours. I don't know how he does that, but what Clarissa say? Alberto doesn't like the gloves because they are black. All right. She doesn't like the gloves because they are black. Insinuating he is a racist. Whatever happened to the good old days of racism? It was just white people were racist towards everybody, and everybody else wasn't. Now, everybody's racist against everybody. And white people are probably the least racist. Well, I shouldn't say that. They say it the least because now there's repercussions. That's a better way to put it. So we're getting Haney versus Norman. It seems so. And anybody who saw my interview with Mr. Norman? Jose, so the fuck do I. So do I, man. That would be great. But I don't know if it's going to happen. Because you got these fucking guys like Coppinger. I mean, he's using all these dudes. I'm like, who are these fucking people? Like, not to toot my own horn, right? Not to toot my own horn. But I'm pretty known in this boxing shit. I had an eBay transaction with somebody, right? For something. And the dude, it sent it to me and there was a problem with it. So I was like, oh, hey, blah, 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 whatever. Wasn't even a boxing thing. And the guy is like, said, oh, this, that, the other. Then he goes, by the way, I love your online boxing content. I'm like, what? I mean, it just said my first and last name. So I guess it kind of hit me like, oh, shit. Which is cool. But I want to make that cake. I want to make the amount. I want to be making. I don't want to be rich. I mean, I do. But I want to have the amount of cake where I'm taking care of my family. If I'm known in a specific area, if any of us are known, any one of us, right, are known in whatever area that we do by most people in that area, most of our peers, shouldn't you be living off that? I guess we're in the age of the internet. I guess not. Do you have Jake Paul winning? Why do you think I got Jake Paul winning? I don't even have Jake Paul winning. I have him losing. Unless Chavez does not fight. I don't think Jake Paul could beat Chavez. Even 40-year-old Chavez, 39, whatever he is. Yeah, well. Somebody's got to toot it oval because nobody else does. And I'm sure the fuck not getting paid. If I was getting like making the money, I wouldn't have to toot anything.
What's up, bud?
There he is. The Indiana Savage. What's up? What's up? What's up? I don't toot my horn every fucking... Get out of here.
I think he's joking, man.
Punk. I try to, even if I was like mad fucking accomplished and rich, I still wouldn't do that. That's corny. It's just when you're climbing up, it's different, right? When you're climbing up, you gotta do what you gotta do. I had some guy hit me up today, wants me to come out to Vegas and do something for his podcast. He said he'll like fly me out there and all that, but I don't know.
Can you say what it's for?
He just wants me to like do something for his podcast for boxing. He didn't really get that specific.
Who?
And it's not like payment, just fly me out there, put me in a hotel, but that's it. I don't know. Chavez is he's 40. I thought he's 39. I mean, same shit, really. Do you, as at least, think Jake Paul is going to drop him? Nah. When if Chris Jackson, which any of you basketball fans in there, Chris Jackson is the birth name of a very famous basketball player who has actually come back into being relevant right now. Do you guys know who that is? His name was Chris Jackson. Then he changed it. I'll give you a hint. He changed it to a Muslim name. Anyway, while we ponder.
Is that the dude of the Nuggets?
Yes. Remember his name? Good job.
It's like, I don't want to butcher it, but it's like Abdul or something like that. Something like that.
Mahmoud Abdul Rauf. And what does he have? He has something that a fighter just came out saying that he also has.
CT?
Nope. A condition. Fighter just came out.
Tourette's?
Yep. Mahmoud had bad Tourette's, but when he played, you didn't see it. Just when he would stop, he'd be on the bench, you'd see him like a little bit. But when he played, he was fucking smooth with it. Yeah, they call him the first Steph Curry. He was doing that back. He was just pulling up from fucking half court, just burying dudes, and he was nice. But he also
which team, Marco?
Huh?
Which team?
He was on the Nuggets, and then he got traded. His problem was he was on that Muslim shit, which is fine, but right. This was right around 9/11, and he started standing with 9/11. And back then, nobody was having that shit in America. So he basically got blackballed for that. Even though
Well,
he was
Marco,
super
I heard
nice.
you guys are gonna get a Muslim mayor in New York.
Man, I don't follow that shit. I don't give a fuck what. And I'm in Connecticut right now, unfortunately, which I'm trying to get. The wifey's ready to move out, man. We had some crazy luck here. Bad luck. Got to go in a court over my like crazy, ridiculous shit. We don't like it. I think we're going back. Fuck this shit.
Yeah, they said bro wouldn't stand for the national anthem. That's why,
That's one of the reasons, but he also was, because he was on some Muslim shit. And that's right after 9/11. Like, he was siding with the dudes who just bombed, forget about New York, but the whole country at that point was like, the joke in every stand-up comic was like, Muslims are the new N-words. Like, everybody hates them now. That was all the stand-up comic. Black stand-up comics would make that joke. Like, good. I'm glad it happened because now they don't hate us anymore. Like, people so him doing that then, now it would be received differently. But then it was received awfully. So he pretty much just got blackballed. And he was one of the most skilled players in the league. That just shows you, like, it didn't matter. Like, politics sometimes take over. But that was Chris Jackson. He was born Chris Jackson. But Jake Paul, when have you ever seen Chavez get dropped? You've never even seen him get hurt. Why the fuck would he? Now, granted, Jake Paul is a bigger man. I don't know what they're fighting at. What are they fighting at? Cruiser?
Yeah.
So maybe.
But Marco, they said, did you see the face-off yesterday that the Zone posted with Paul and Chavez?
No, I saw, where they were sitting down talking. Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, Chavez basically insinuated that they don't test for PEDs. He said that he fought on Jake Paul's last card in Orlando, and he's like, I didn't get tested for PEDs. And then he's like, for this fight, I haven't been tested, so you're on PEDs, basically.
Yeah, I saw it. You understand Spanish, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so, like, I don't know. I mean, he was speaking English, but Spanish. I kind of liked him. He seemed like Like, tell me, when you hear him speaking in Spanish, does he come off like a douche, or he comes off as cool as he did speaking English?
Nah, he's definitely been humbled. It's accurate.
Okay, yeah, that's what it seems like. He seemed cool. He's like, look, I'm not the best, but I'm gonna beat you. Like, he's like, you don't have. It was funny when they asked him, like, can Jake Paul beat you? And he had such a genuine laugh, like, this guy beats me, I gotta stop.
But Silva beat him, Marco. So I guess Silva is like a decorated MMA legend.
He didn't fight though. This motherfucker wasn't throwing punches. Do you remember that fight?
Yeah, I saw it. It was in Mexico, I think.
Jake Paul will beat him too if he fights that way. Almost anybody would if he fights that way. That's the whole premise, is he's not going to fight that way. But he fucking might. Yeah, Rauf. Who's Debo? That's Oval, right? Yeah. Put me at him. Markach. When did Chavez get out of rehab? He said he's been clean for 2 years, right?
That's what he said, but you never really know, Marco, what goes on behind closed doors.
He got those massive, crazy eyes. I know we talked about that. His eye, he looks fucking troubled.
He's bug-eyed. Like, what's that one dude's name? Showbiz? He has, like, those bug eyes.
It's different, though. See, that's how it appears to you, Alberto, but if you look at it, Showbiz is just really, his eyeballs protrude. Chavez just looks like upset. Like, you could tell he's going through some shit. It's a difference between, like, it's not an anatomical, a biological kind of the way he looks. Like, Showbiz just has big eyes. You know what I mean? He doesn't look crazy. He just has big eyes. This guy.
Oh, you mean like the pupil? Like it's dilated?
He just looks like if you look at somebody's eyes who's upset, he looks like he's always upset, as opposed to, is Travis focused on who the fuck is Travis?
Yo, Marco. What ounce is the green glass?
8. Yeah, they're both 8s, I believe. Well, let's see. I believe they're 8s. They feel kind of bigger than 8s, but these are fucking butter soft, man. They're so old. So old. Yeah, 8s. You can see it right there. Yeah, those are 8s. They're both 8s. They smell old as shit, too. These are literally from the 90s.
They smell like ass, Marco, or like an old leather couch?
No, they don't smell bad. They just smell old. Like something that's been just sitting there for a while. Yeah, they smell old. Not bad. Not like used. Not sweaty. Just old. Like old leather, yeah. But they're super soft. Those are fucking dope. Those are dope. That's one of the first ones they ever made. So we're, as you guys know, we are taking raffles. So far, CJ has every single raffle for those. Literally. He has like 15 or 12. He has 13. He has 13 raffles for those specifically. I mean, I think those are going to get a lot of raffles because those are worth quite a bit. And obviously, if I don't get enough, I just eBay them. But I think you guys will. Bro, Anderson Silva is a UFC and hurt Julio was beating the hell out of him. He didn't hurt him. When did Anderson Silva hurt Julio?
Most tripping. Yeah, he never hurt him.
Nobody's hurt him. He quit once. He even talked about that. He's like, yeah, my head's not in it mentally. I wasn't there. So Chavez is a better boxer when he trains and when if he actually throws punches, he's done. I think Jake Paul loses. What do you guys think?
Yeah, Marco. I think Jake. I don't know, but Marco, I feel like Chavez should win just off of like he's been a boxer, he's been a world champ, But I don't know if Jake Paul's on those roids. Jake Paul be looking crazy. His head's big as fuck, paws, and I don't know.
His jawline, yeah, he has and I can't say that's what I remember. The first guy to call him out was what's his name, Woodley. Tyron Woodley's like, look at that jawline, man. You want something? But some dudes just have like overbites and big jawline, so it's hard to tell if it's. But that's one thing. If you guys don't know, PED, especially I believe testosterone, maybe it does thicken your muscle, your bone density. You can actually it makes your fucking bones bigger, which is crazy. Dope interview last night. You could have just said that here, but thank you.
Why does dude do that, Marco? He'd be like on the panel, but like typing away.
He might be Yayan, you working?
He works at night, right?
No, he has like 7 jobs. He's Jamaican.
No, I'm eating right now.
Oh, he's eating. He is Jamaican, right? Isn't your family Jamaican? Donovan's a mad Jamaican.
No.
No? Oh. Well, Donovan's one of the most common, all jokes aside, Donovan and Winston are one of the most common names.
You know my name not spelled the typical way, right?
I don't know how the fuck you spell it. Nah, I didn't know that.
Instead of an A, like at the end, it's an I.
Donovan. Oh, but still, it's still a Jamaican. I mean, Razor Ruddock, his first name's Donovan, but yeah, with an A or with an whatever. Is the Nest TBV and Bill Haney marketing cap is only for the gullible? HLD hates Ness. I like how Ness today. I was on the show and he was like not taking any sides between him and Norman because he doesn't want either of them to stop talking to him. I haven't had that happen yet. I don't know if I will, but like if I'm like, I just feel like I don't choose people the way he does. You know what I mean? And I don't say like he makes a little. He'll like shit on people a little bit, and even though it's playful, like if you just come off a loss as a man, as a fighter, that's just not funny to you. You know what I mean? You don't want to hear like how he was doing with the Charlo, the meow. Like that's funny to us, but if you're Charlo, you hear that, you're like, that'll piss you off. So I don't do shit like that. I'm feeling that Chavez is focused and can win. I'll edge it with a draw. Okay. Chavez probably eats cereal 3 times a day. That's a really weird thing to say, Clarissa.
It gets political, Marco. Like like the show normally. I watch TBV in the morning. Normally there's like about 5 to 800, but when he had the 2 dads on, it was like at 1.2K. So it has to get political.
Yeah. We had our live was jumping last night with Norman in it. It's crazy, and that's what I hate. I could get so many more views if I do more interviews, and like I don't like doing them. They're hard to get, and there's only so many people you can interview. I don't know. Like some of my biggest like when I was interviewing Derek James before Spence and Crawford, I was getting like 50,000, 100,000 views because Derek also doesn't really do interviews. So, but it's just like you gotta stalk these guys. Like a groupie, like, are you ready? Will you talk to me? Will you hang out with me? Are you ready? How about now? Okay. How about tomorrow? It's like fucking annoying. Chavez just fought another old-ass fighter, UFC fighter, looked like a 2-pack of ass. Alberto, stop worrying about a real ninja. What?
Can I reply? Oh, my bad, Marco.
My man is Chinese, right? He was American, he's Chinese, and he was funny. He goes, I don't know if you guys think of this funny, but he goes, when people come up to me and tell me like, oh, these are my pronouns, he goes, I kind of fuck with them back. I go, well, I have pronouns. Yeah, I'm very, very Asian, so I have my own pronouns. They are hiya. I was like, oh shit. I'm like, what do the people do when you say that? They just look at me confused. That's his way of like fucking with people with pronouns. And since he's making fun of himself, nobody could be like, hey, don't say that. It's corny, but it's funny. If someone is willing to stop talking to you for picking another fighter, I know, Clarissa, but that's just how they get. But see, I don't think it's about. I think it's about how you say something. Like even here when we talk to each other, if we're disagreeing with each other, right, and we're like, you don't know shit, the fuck's wrong with you? Stupid. That's gonna upset you. But if you say, hey man, I okay, but I disagree. Here's my opinion. It's different. I think it's all about how you say it, the words you choose, and the energy behind it. You know, if you're trying to make somebody feel stupid, of course they're gonna get defensive and go back at you. This fucking guy.
I got a question, Marco.
Mm-hmm.
What'd you think when Norman Senior disagreed with you
About which one?
about the power thing?
Well, he said that he doesn't throw every shot hard. To me, it looks like he throws every shot hard. Wouldn't you say?
I mean, you say you don't, so it's like,
Yeah, but you have eyeballs. They all look fucking hard. Maybe he meant the ones that miss at the last second he pulled, because a big part of punching power is the last second when you feel the shot connect to the target, that's when you fucking snap and follow through with it. So if he meant that, then okay. Because as a fighter, you're not supposed to throw everything hard, because if you miss, it's going to take a lot out of you. If he meant that, fine. But if he just meant that he didn't throw every punch hard, I mean, to me, every punch looks hard to me. So I mean, I think he was saying that because he looked at that as maybe a flaw in his son, and I was. That's what I think it was. I think he thought it was a flaw if other people think that, but to me, it's actually an accolade. Like I think it's a good thing. So, that's why I think he might have said that, but who knows? I think Vada is. And by the way, you mentioned the thing about Roy. He does have slight Roy snappy twitch, but then the punch is also like Foreman-y. So like I kind of after you said it, I thought about it, I'm like, yeah, it kind of is. Like there's little variants of a Roy quick twitch reflex going on with Brian, but he's also too thudding to be Roy. Roy was more snappy, so it was a little bit of a mix of both.
and I guarantee you, if you ask like the fighters that he watched growing up, I guarantee you he would say Roy Jones.
You think?
Yeah, I do.
He said he'll come on. I hit him up. He was like, yo, you're a historian. I love your shit. I'll definitely come on with you. So I got it. But like, I don't follow up with these guys so much because I hate doing it. You know what I mean? So I just got to remember to follow up. I guess I probably should, because if his father got so many views, I guess he would too. But he doesn't talk as much as his dad. He's more cut dry, right to the point. I think he's going to have Haney out on his feet with the ref stopping. Like, let's be real, right? Does Norman hit as hard as Osterine Ryan? Right? We don't know if those punches, we don't know if Osterine did it or not, but we do know what we saw the night that he had Osterine in him. Does Norman hit as hard as that? I think he does.
I think, yeah, he do, but I think he would get the stoppage because like Ryan wasn't really following up. You know what I'm saying? Like he was
just getting gassed, and then
you know what I'm saying? Yeah, he was throwing one punch at a time and he was clipping him, but he wasn't really trying to take him out.
Yeah, he did his Victorville show. What's up?
But Haney's been tinny since like 135. Like Linares had him on like Bambi legs. So this is 147.
Alberto, I disagree with you. Get one shot where you're a little rocked doesn't make somebody chinny. That was literally once. That's it. In all of his pro fights by a guy who could punch. And he took one stumble, then he was fine.
No, like, he was woozy like the whole like following 2 rounds. It took him like 2 rounds to recover.
I don't remember that. I mean, you could be right. I'd have to watch it again, but just off jump, I don't remember it that way. I remember it was like a boom, took a couple, and then he was fine. And then the round ended, so he walked back to his corner, and he wasn't stumbling into his corner or anything. What up, D-Wayne?
This guy hates Devin Haney for no reason.
Who, Alberto?
Yeah.
Well, he just likes Ryan.
I don't like Ryan, Marco.
What you mean? You don't like Ryan?
He's okay. He's more of like a TikToker. He's not a real boxer.
Yeah, well, but you would go for Ryan over Haney.
Oh, any day. That's because the Haneys are a cancer of boxing, in my opinion.
Oh, Jesus. Okay. Ryan was more speed. Yeah, that's true, Clarissa. John Kramer. Salute. Welcome. I don't know if I've seen you here before, but hello, Marco. I want to play a game. All right, this is starting off a little strange, but let's keep going. The rules for the game.
Not to cut you off, Marco, but John Kramer is the dude from Jigsaw. So.
Oh, that's not a real person.
No.
Okay. Most of your career for cab drivers, who couldn't defend themselves correctly. Now you'll face the old. What the fuck? So it's just somebody trolling, I guess.
That's how the movie would start. Yeah, it's
Oh,
funny.
but he's talking about.
You never saw Jigsaw?
Nah, I don't watch that crap. I don't like watching movies that the horror is just people jumping out and like that's it. There's no storyline. Like what's the other one? Saw. Like the first Saw was okay, but the rest of them got ridiculous.
Yeah, that face was the actor who played in that. The guys.
Right.
Yeah, it was just.
Right. Okay. Well, I don't know why this guy's coming in here. That's just fucking weird. But okay. Why isn't Chavez on PEDs then? Might as well, since his career is done anyway, and humiliating Jake. Well, because they get tested. And that's a weird question. I don't get it. Why would he be on PEDs if he gets caught? Then he doesn't get paid, and he gets like what? Right?
There's
Like,
no testing though. There's no testing, Marco. So I think he's saying like
what do you mean? There's no testing? They're not testing for this Jake Paul fight?
Marco, that's what I literally told you like 5 minutes ago. Chavez Jr. called out Paul to his face saying, "Hey, how come we're not being tested for this fight?" Oh, because you need roids. And then he also mentioned how he fought on Jake Paul's card in Orlando last year, and there was no testing either.
So I know you said that, and I know he said that, but that doesn't necessarily because Jake did. That doesn't mean it's true. Like, don't you have to be tested? Isn't that part of?
No, because remember Norman Sr. also said that there was no testing with his fight against Sasaki. So hypothetically, they could have been on PEDs as well. Sasaki.
Well, that's weird. See, and that's the thing. Like, I don't know if that's true or not. I don't even know that this is boxing, though. And we always talk about this, right? No rules. How is it okay to have certain fights just not tested? Like, how's that okay?
Sometimes they say it's like a financial thing because they say the testing could cost up to like $500K.
Thrill, of course. Done multitude of those. You kidding me? It's one of the priors. The man, I did 2 of them. One of them specifying the whole. Like, give me the other bottle, the one I mixed. Of course I have. You want me to play it? Financial. Well, Jake Paul is good with the financial. It won't cost $500K to fucking run it. I don't believe that.
Ask ChatGPT. I promise you, that's what I heard.
All right. Let's see. Let's ask him right now. If that's true, that's fucking insane. I don't believe that. Some of these fights don't even make that much money.
But Marco, that's why it's more condemning on Jake Paul because, like you said, we know he has the chili. So it's like he doesn't want to enable VADA testing because he needs the PEDs to give these like knockouts.
What does it cost promoters or state athletic commissions to test for banned substances in boxing? That's the agency doing the cost varies. Okay, standard costs. That's definitely not 500K. That's basic. Drug. Okay, now let's go to PDs. This is just drug and urine. VADA. Here we go. 25 grand. Yeah, that's not 500K. That was way too high. And look, for small fights that don't make shit, 25 grand is too much. But for this, nah. Nah. Yeah. So there's no.
So 50.
Yeah. So it's no excuse for them not to be testing if they're really not. And he said that, but I don't think Jake responded. Jake didn't confirm it. He was just moved on to something else, right?
Yeah, because he couldn't rebuttal that because he knows it's true. Like he's the one that sets the shot. He calls the shots. You know, he said no VADA testing.
Right. Good day, mate. Well, we shall see. I don't know. I mean, at some point, if he's really on PEDs, at some point they are going to test. You know, if they're not, you're going to have to, especially if he wants to fight for a title or whatever. I don't know. I feel like, I mean, there's probably no way to tell for sure. Let me see something. Let's ask ChatGPT. Do all professional boxing matches require PED testing? I bet you it'll probably say no, not all of them do. The requirement depends on the sanctioning body or athletic commission, the level of profile of the fight, voluntary testing programs. Yeah. So major world title. Yeah. So you know what? It says it's not even always required during a major world title fight. That's fucking wild. What kind of sport is this? What is this shit? Like, what are we doing here? That's why a lot of people probably are on PEDs. You know what I mean? Like they've said that for years. Like most people are on them.
Well, Marco, not to cut you off. That's why they say like that's why there's a lot of like allegations on snack, because snack is this like supplements. Like you can go to like GNC or like Max Bodybuilders if you just need supplements. Like what's the point of going with Victor Conti? They say allegedly he's like he used to supply PEDs to the MLB. So he's saying people are saying that if you go with snack, basically he knows how to like get you to test clean. Like he knows how to hide that shit. That's why a lot of people hate on snack.
Right. Crazy. That is not the real Blue Blood, Steven. That's a guy who comes in here and pretends to be Blue Blood. You could just click on his channel. You'll see it was created like today or some shit. I don't know. Marquez versus Pacquiao 4. Marquez had acne. Well, I was talking to, and I know Ness is not a fighter, but he said that he gets back acne and he doesn't take steroids. So apparently some people get back acne without. I thought that was a clear-cut sign. But he said he gets it and he doesn't take steroids. Clearly he doesn't take steroids.
Oh, damn.
No, I mean, he's not jacked. So I don't know. Maybe some people but maybe back acne is not a tell. Like, I don't know. Oh, Bill Haney. Cool. Good to see you, Bill. -2. That's the fuck's that mean? That means it's really hot, I guess.
Marco,
what's up?
Are you gonna go live for the Deontay Wilder fight on Friday?
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
Probably. I mean, God, what is that on, like Nickelodeon?
Nah, I think it's on Black Prime. It's like a pay-per-view, but I got you with the link if you need it.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I always pay for fights though. Jersey Bob, what the fuck is this shit?
Wilder still fighting?
Yeah, exactly. Bob, why are you putting links to fucking, what is that?
He'll be fighting Jake Paul next.
Kevin Baney? I don't know who the fuck that is. Oh, he's trying to be funny, I guess? No means freezing. How is it -2 in June, in the end of June? No, I didn't hear about that, Bob. We all pay for fights. Yeah, we do. We all do. It's not really Bill Haney, Dwayne. Just like you're not Logic. You know what I'm saying? Anybody could put a picture and a name. You guys all saw that the Bud video that I was in that he put out?
Yeah, that's a good look, Marco. Honestly, like you told us about that video like months ago, so it's crazy that like you were in the know before everyone else.
Yeah, I didn't know they were gonna release. I didn't even. It's funny because you saw at one point when me and Shaq were there's. I didn't even know there's a camera behind me. I had no idea.
How come they didn't like pull up a chair for you though? Like
I wasn't part of. I mean, it was just goats. It was called the Goat Podcast. I'm clearly not a goat, but I wrote the questions, and I'm not even sure if Shaq. He didn't tell me not to tell people I'm writing the questions, but I didn't really say anything about it. That I wrote him questions. Like even when I did it, I don't think I told you guys I wrote him questions, right?
Nah, you just said that like a few days ago.
Yeah, I didn't want to say anything because I didn't know if it would make him look bad or whatever, so I didn't want to say anything. But now, like somebody kind of was like, "Yo," he said cinder blocks. He's like, "That's you." I'm like, "Well, yeah, kind of," but But Shaq is he's an open like casual. Like he admits being a casual. He's not trying to proclaim to be some fucking hardcore boxing fan. Shaq is the GOAT of what? Yayan, watch your dirty mouth. What you mean? He's one of the greatest centers who ever lived. Top 5.
Dude's a clown, Marco. Like Shaq is a GOAT. He knows that.
No,
if anything, he's gonna mess up.
He could have been the GOAT.
So you're right about he could have been better. I agree with that, but that doesn't mean that he still wasn't one of the best.
He's not the GOAT, but yeah,
he definitely top 5. I would say top 3.
CJ, I disagree, CJ. There's one player center that was way more dominant. Way more dominant.
You better not say Will Chamberlain.
Absolutely.
Oh my god, he played. Come on, bro. He played people like you and me, bro.
That doesn't matter.
No,
What?
Is it his fault? Wait, hold on. Is it his fault?
What you mean? Is it? Yeah. Like what
How's
you
it
mean?
his fault that there were smaller people back then than him?
Man, listen.
That's just like saying, hold on. That's just like saying, you know, Roy Jones or Joe Louis were whack because they were so much more skilled than anybody around them at that time. Or Tyson Fury, nobody's 6'9". Like that's not their fault. They're playing what they're doing. I get what you're saying, but don't forget, people weren't as advanced then. Like everybody, yeah, he was bigger, but people weren't as advanced in terms of, you know, sports science and knowing the game like they do now. So I don't really like that narrative. And yeah, you're not the only one who said that. I've had a couple people be like, well, he was playing white guys who were 5'11". It's like, okay, maybe, but that's not his fault, right? If it was his fault, like if he got,
it's like,
and he picked that, I'd be like, okay, you got a point.
I don't know. You just got to look at it differently. It's like, okay, Bill Russell won 11 rings when there was only like 10 teams in the league. So you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You just got to look at it, you know, a certain way.
it was more than 10 teams.
It was more than 10, but you have a point. But nobody to this day did what Wilt did. And Wilt couldn't shoot threes because they didn't have 3-pointers back then. That's how impressive it is. He was averaging 50 points a game. He scored 100.
He was 7 foot, and the next tallest person was 5'11".
Nah, what you talking about? That's not true at all. And he played against Bill Russell.
And this is my point. In Will Chamberlain's prime, name another player that was good.
I don't really know much about the NBA.
Okay, then.
But I don't know about it. But it doesn't matter.
Jim Baylor.
No, he was a couple years after Will. That was like 7, 8 years after Will.
But the point is this: you have to look at what he did when he did it. That's how you look at these things. You can't say, well, you look at what each player did when they did it. And it's just that simple. That's all you can do. We can't put him in the future. We can't put him in the past. He didn't choose to play when people were smaller. He was the most athletically gifted basketball player era for era of all time. Like nobody could fuck with him.
Okay, this is my point though. It's like, okay, you got a guy like LeBron James who is arguably the greatest player of this generation with all these other great players. You can't name another great player in Will's era.
Well,
you
Bill
just
Russell,
can't.
Jerry West.
And he's way better than
Jerry West?
better than bro.
There's a bunch of great players, but
that's way
Hakeem Olajuwon.
He was in the 90s.
But there's a few great players, Yayan, but that doesn't matter because all that means that he was so great, nobody was close to him.
You're not listening.
That's a good That's like you guys have like half full, glass half empty.
When Jerry West was
so Marco, hold on.
Go ahead.
Hold on. Yeah. So you don't rate Will Chamberlain. You don't rate Shaq, which is crazy because every kid like growing up had a pair of Shaqs. Rate Shaq. Who's the GOAT then?
LeBron James.
No, we're talking about centers, bro.
Him out.
Oh, centers.
How is LeBron James the GOAT?
He's not better than Jordan.
This argument.
Hold on. We started with this. We started by saying dominant, right? That's the argument here. Not the best, the most dominant. Will Chamberlain was by far the most dominant. All you can do is look at numbers. That's all. Nothing else should play a factor except numbers when you look at domination. Era for era. And his numbers.
Okay, if we talking numbers, he's top 5 in every category. He got the
No, not cumulative. Hold on, Yayan, not cumulative, not somebody who came in the league at 17 and is playing till 40. I'm talking about not cumulative, what they did each season.
Yeah, because if you look at if Jordan would have played 20 seasons, he'd be smoking LeBron.
Of course, if Wilt would have
played 15.
No, he didn't.
Jordan played 15 years in the league.
Not consecutive.
And still 5 extra years is a lot of time to accumulate a lot more points.
So he only got there. So you saying he only got the numbers because he played?
Hold on.
No, I'm not saying that. It's not all.
Hakeem played 50 years.
Yeah,
LeBron is a great player, but Jordan did more within the period of which he had to do it.
Yeah, and honestly,
it was harder defense back then.
Yeah, it was more physicality. Now it's like these dudes just flop and they get 2 free throws.
It's not true. What are you talking about?
It's more like the game is.
The game is physical now. You trying to tell me the game is physical now? They walking on marsh.
And here we go. Hold on. What Bailey just said is absolutely true. Wilt Chamberlain used to dunk his 3 throws, and they had to change that. Well, they changed the game because he was so sick with it and so physically like a physical.
The
freak.
game was still developing. That's why they
That's
created new rules.
Wasn't dude shooting his free throws like with 2 hands like up, like kind of swinging?
No, that was
Rick Barry.
Rick Barry. That was.
But
Rick Barry.
this is I'm not even a LeBron James.
Let me ask you something. How has the game changed for LeBron James? How did LeBron James change the game?
He did.
He's
I
a
would say LeBron
He's
longevity.
a 6'9" point guard that can do everything.
Magic Johnson was 6'9", but I'm saying, why did they have to change the rules for LeBron James? What was he doing so good that they had to stop it?
You know they changed rules for Charles Barkley, right?
I'm not talking about Charles Barkley. We're talking about LeBron
come on,
James.
Let me just say this.
Argument.
Let me just say this. To me, it's, and you have your opinion. Hold on a second. You have your opinion, Yan, and it's yours. I'm not trying to say you're stupid, whatever. Whatever your opinion is yours. But to me, it's insane how somebody could look at his numbers. And we're not talking cumulative. We're talking single season numbers. And, I mean, doing shit like 75 points, 30 rebounds, 25 block shots, all in one game. How is this even an argument that he's the most dominant? To me, that's crazy.
Marco, my dad grew up and talked to us about Wilt Chamberlain. So he said the reason they changed, they said people would shoot shots and Wilt Chamberlain would steal their shot, just catch it in the air and dunk it. He said teammates be like, man, I'm shooting the ball, and he would just go up and grab their shot and dunk it. So they had to change the rule because it wasn't fair. He really was goaltending. That's why they made goaltending.
Right. And
so,
that's a good thing. That's a good thing because
they had to change, but. They're like, oh, they changed the rule. Of course, he was gonna go up and catch every shot and just dunk it. It would have been a game. It would have been stupid. It would have made the game terrible. Yes, they changed the rules because he had an unfair advantage. He could catch almost every shot in the air and just dunk the ball.
Absolutely.
So he was blocking shots the same way. So it's like, hold up, this is not even a game anymore. It wouldn't have been a game.
Right.
Imagine all the 7-footers just stand by the basket and just block every shot. So it's very like, well, they changed the rule. They changed it for the better. But my dad grew up in Philadelphia area. He said Wilt Chamberlain was one of the laziest. He said Wilt Chamberlain ran track. He should have had all the records. He said Wilt would only high jump high enough to win. He said he would run only fast enough just to win. He said he saw him multiple times. He never went hard. He was so much better, but he's like, he could have held all the records in track. He just didn't want to.
And Wilt, absolutely. And Wilt, he played against Bill Russell, a young Kareem, Jerry West, Oscar Robinson, Elgin Baylor. Like, he played against.
Wilt was 58 when he was playing them dudes. When he
was at the end of his career,
50s.
He was at the end of his career, and Kareem actually was the first guy to actually give Wilt a little comp because he was his size and he was nice with it. But
they had to change the rules for Kareem too.
Yeah, I just
crashing out over LeBron.
This just started with
I understand all the numbers. My dad always said Bill Russell won because his teammates loved playing with him, and guys didn't like playing with Wilt. They didn't. That's why he lost. Because it was him. I know he put up all the numbers, but he always he was a Russell guy. Russell was way better than him. He was a team guy. Wilt was a me guy. Right. And he said that's why his teams would win because Wilt was all about him and his numbers. He wasn't about the team. So I know he didn't put up great numbers, but my dad always said Bill Russell over Wilt. Always. He was a Russell guy.
Right, but you know what? You might have a point in terms of all around player. Domination. That's pure domination. That's pure domination what he did. Like nobody even came close.
Thank you so very much.
Yeah, I mean his numbers. Yeah, but like I said, I don't know when they put goaltending. I don't know when they added goaltending. I'm not sure, but I mean him having all the rebounds and no goaltending. I mean, is that impressive? I don't know if that's impressive. Honestly, I mean, if you're that tall, you can do that athletic, and all you gotta do is go up and catch the ball.
Right. And big shout out to my man C. Jisms. Wilt put up more numbers in the bedroom than anybody. 1,000.
Well, that's true.
I mean, I don't know if that's true or not, but
I just want to say for the record, I'm not a LeBron guy. I'm a Kobe guy. But LeBron, it's just undeniable what LeBron has done, bro. Like the competition he faced, Come on, but the best team Jordan ever played was the Utah Jazz, bro. With Karl Malone and Stockton.
What? Hey,
Nah,
Come
you're
on,
hey,
wild.
don't let him
What?
speak anymore on
Wilding
bass.
out.
It's a boxing
What's the
channel.
best team
Marco,
he
this
played
dude
in?
wants
This is
to
a
get him
boxing
going.
First off,
channel.
the
You don't
Knicks.
need to
What's the
talk
best
no
team he
more.
played?
You're right. We should move on. But the Knicks. First off, you're looking at the finals. The Knicks that he
Please,
played.
yes.
Those are some of the best teams ever. Those Knicks teams. The
He washed them
Sonics,
dudes. What are you talking
the
about?
Lakers. He beat the Lakers for the first championship with Magic and the whole nine.
Yeah, go sit down at the kids' table.
That was
We
a
got
good
chicken
team.
nuggets and a
That was a
Capri Sun
dope
for
team.
you.
He had Kareem, Magic, all those fucking guys. He beat them. They were older, true, but he beat them.
Like, come on, bro. You just banged my point. They was past their prime, and
Yeah, but
that was probably a 6-7
What
game
about
series.
Portland?
Portland was dope with
He
Clyde.
beat them.
Duncan,
What are y'all
all
not
those guys.
understanding? That's not the best team he played.
You forget too, man. The East Coast teams that they had to go through were the East Coast was the best. All those years, the East had the best teams, so they had to go through the
And he was
Knicks.
beating them.
Right.
What do you not understand? He beat them to go to the finals and never lost in the finals.
But you're saying what teams did they beat besides Utah? And I'm telling you, they beat a lot of teams going.
And Utah was really the only people that was sticking with them.
Man, we took them 7. The Knicks took them 7 once, and those are hard.
The Pacers did too.
But that Lakers team was Bloody D-Box and some other guys because we were just watching what's that? The
Kareem
Last
wasn't on that?
Dance
Well, Kareem
the other
retired
night.
in
Nah,
89.
Kareem wasn't on there.
You're right. He retired in 89. It was one year after.
And Magic was out of his prime.
Yeah, Magic was old. Magic. Yeah.
Dog.
Yeah, he was. He was.
Who did LeBron beat?
Yeah. What you mean? What you mean? He lost to the.
What you mean? What you mean? What you mean? Who did he beat? What was the competition? What was the competition?
All right, if you let me speak, the first finals he lost to the Spurs. Tim Duncan, Tony Parker, Manu Ginobili, a great team. Bruce Bowen, who he lost to the Spurs again in the finals. Same team, they was a little older. He lost to the Mavericks in the finals. Dirk Nowitzki. Like, come on, bro, what you mean? Lost to the Warriors, KD, Steph, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, an all-star team. What are you talking about?
Marco, send him to the kids' table.
These is great teams he lost to. He never. Every time he lost to the finals, it was no even playing field, bro.
Yeah, well, Michael Jordan had to recruit all these people. Come play with me and all that crap. Can we get back to boxing? Chavez is gonna beat Jake Paul.
You dudes just infatuated with the '90s, bro. That's what that be.
Nah, they were just.
You infatuated with
team. Jordan was.
You infatuated with Laverne James. That's what you infatuated with.
Look, I love.
You be daydreaming about him.
I love my era, but if somebody is nice out of the era, they're nice. It doesn't make my era is not better.
Well, I'm just say you admitted that you don't know much about LeBron James. That's all I'm saying.
No, I don't know much about LeBron James because I stopped watching. I don't. But I've seen him. I've seen everything he's done. Yeah.
Marco, you used to have those starter jackets back in the day with the NBA?
I had a Knicks starter. You guys saw the picture of me back at Kevin Rooney's. Yeah, I was wearing a. I'll show you. Yeah, I used to rock a Knicks starter jacket.
That's fire.
I had a Nets starter's jacket because we had Drazen Petrovic, Derek Coleman, Kenny Anderson, Chris Morris.
That
was my team.
This is me at 15 years old. Up at Kevin Rooney's. This is literally in Kevin Rooney's house. That's the Knicks starter jacket I'm rocking. The guy
Can you scroll down a little?
Scroll down. What do you mean?
I can't see the Knicks logo.
You won't see it. It's not down. It's up. It's being covered by the. But that's me at fucking 15. I was 178 pounds. I was fighting light heavyweight. I was 5'11". I didn't grow since then, not 1 inch. The guy next to me is Jeremy Williams. Those of you might know who he is. Former top-ranked heavyweight. Had that really fucked up loss to St. Peter that people always replay. And then the guy to his other side is also a pro dude out of Jersey. So I used to rock that Knicks jacket. That shit was dope with the hood and all that. So love that shit. Good old Knicks. But they've given me a lot of heartache over the years, I'll tell you that. And once again this year. Facts are facts, infatuation. Yeah, but again, facts can be looked at, everything is subjective. You know what I mean? Everything is subjective. This just started with me, in my opinion, dominant is having numbers that are just unmatched.
But Marco, like going to the facts, like you can't deny the fact that the NBA viewership is in decline year over year.
Mhm.
Like dudes aren't watching the NBA anymore because dudes aren't playing physical ball. They don't want to drive to the basket. They just want to jack up threes.
Yeah. Panel roll call: Alberto, Yayan, Oval Office, Jersey Bob, and a new guy, so Saludas T, who isn't really talking. That's who's here, CJ.
You guys know I work in a high school. The kids watch highlights and they watch it while I'm trying to teach math because they're watching how they watching NBA, is they ain't watching the full game. They just want to see highlights. They like highlights
Like
and they
me.
watch highlights of guys in the YMCA. Shit, I'm like, what is this YMCA? What are you looking at?
There's no
Oh, this
attention
guy, watch
span.
this move. I'm like, man, what?
It must be.
That's what they.
It must be so much harder for you to teach, Bob, because I feel like the internet's made the attention spans like down to nothing.
Yeah, it is tough, but no, they watch basketball, but they only want to watch, like I said, highlight dudes getting dunked on, guy getting dropped, crossovers. So yes, the NBA viewership is down because these kids ain't watching the full game. They really aren't.
Absolutely.
Who
Marco,
watch it?
What's up?
Why don't people want to like watch like? Is it because it's like 3 hours? It's like too time consuming or what?
No, it's garbage.
Well, no, to me, it's not that it's garbage. It's like there's a lot of like, timeout, free throws. There's a lot of boring shit that,
Yeah.
commercials. That's why I don't want to do it.
It's soft, Duke. It's soft.
But maybe too, it's like the paywall. Like you gotta have HBO Max to watch the Eastern Conference Finals. Then you gotta have
You do?
ESPN for the West. You gotta have all
You
this
do?
shit.
Hey,
like,
yo.
What's
if
up?
you're paying for it, yeah.
Yeah, it's like that. Yeah,
What's
you gotta
up?
pay for all these different.
Let us salute
Hey,
us.
could I it's Solidus.
Solidus. What's up?
Hey, could I ask a question, boxing related?
Go for it, please. Let's switch
Please.
gears.
Okay, so I was debating. A lot of people, they love Canelo, so it's kind of hard to get through to them. But in your opinion, you're a boxing guy. If Canelo and Benavidez were to actually fight, how do you think that fight will play out? Who do you think will win that fight?
Benavidez would pound his ass like a fucking smash burger, flatten him.
Pause.
I think Benavidez, pound his ass is kind of gross, but I think Benavidez would
Pause.
chop him down like he's chopped down everybody. I think Canelo could take it though. He won't knock him out. Maybe get a late. I don't even know if he'd stop him. I think he would just chop him down. Chop him.
You think you think Benavidez's high volume of punches would get him out of there?
I don't know if it would knock
wouldn't
him
be able to
out,
deal with it.
but it would beat him. I think he would beat him. The Canelo, and not only the punches, but the size. Canelo would have a lot of problems reaching Benavidez, who's a way taller, bigger dude.
See, these Canelo fans, I don't know if don't get me wrong, Canelo's great, but his fan base, I don't know. It's like, you know how you can never win an argument with a female? That's what it's like arguing with Canelo fans. Like you can't, there's no getting through to them. Like
Yeah.
he has a ridiculous fan base. I'll just leave it at that. His fan base is just ridiculous.
Right.
It's like arguing with a LeBron fan.
Somebody's pulling air in their tire. I don't know what the fuck's going on back there, but
Yeah. Then so yeah, I wanted to know that. And also I'm seeing the title Haney versus Norman Jr. How you think if that fight actually happens? How you think that fight will play out?
man, that's why it's so exciting to me because I don't know. I could see Haney outboxing him, but I could also see Brian just hitting him with that thunder, that tree splitting lightning bolt. I don't know.
Should we? Because there's a lot of drama going on with him. Should we say fuck Devin Haney and he's trash and he's a bum now because of one fight?
No, never do that.
Why is everybody doing that?
Because Bill Haney has made a lot of people dislike him because of the way he promotes. So I think it makes it makes it easier for people to turn on him. They're just looking for any little thing to turn on him. And a lot of Haney's fans seem to be very militant.
Like Marco, why is Bill Haney saying that Devin is Debo? Debo ain't hurting nothing. I mean, Devin ain't hurting nothing. Like that's where he gets a lot of like pushback, in my opinion.
He's promoting. I mean, he's promoting. He's trying to come up with things that stir the pot. He wants people to be like, "What?" He wants outrage because that still garners attention.
Why are they saying This is the thing that bothers me the most about the Haney stuff. All the people that are overly critical of him. Why the fuck are they saying he's a runner? This nigga only had one fight where he fought weird. All of his other fights, he's not running. Why the fuck are they calling this nigga a runner?
I don't know. That's a great question. I say the same thing. To me, you have to have a few fights. A certain pattern has to be established. You cannot establish a pattern in boxing from just one fight. Simple.
I don't understand.
People don't like Haney. And if you say he's a runner, you know, you get your Haney fans. You're trolling Haney fans by saying he's a runner. That's why. Because
that has
a lot
to be
of
what
people
it
don't like
is.
the Haney fans. So
that has to be what it is
because
that has to be what it is because if you look at his career, he's never fought like that ever. He's already established that he's not a runner. He had one fight, and I guess you can kind of give him a reason for that because of what happened with the Ryan. So you could probably buy an excuse and say, oh, well, you know, it's his first fight back after a year after that Ryan shit. You could probably say that. But he's never, ever fought like that. So, because, you know, I go on certain panels and other podcasts, and they just be talking crazy about dudes saying he's a runner, he's a boring fighter. And it's like, that's not true. He don't get credit for nothing. They're saying he moves like a bitch. But how the fuck you moving like a bitch when you're undisputed at 135? You put all that on the line. Well, your undefeated record on the line against a Hall of Famer, Loma. That's not moving like a bitch. The level of hate he's getting is just ridiculous. I don't get that.
The only thing that people call him a bitch for, I believe, is the lawsuit, which I got to be honest, I understand it.
That was legal.
I'm not saying I would have done that, but I understand.
Hey, not to bring race into it. The white man sue all the time, and niggas don't talk shit about that. Not to bring race into it, but the white man will sue your ass, and ain't nobody calling the white man out his name when he sued. So when a nigga sue,
you sign up
let him
to
get
take
that same
punishment.
shit. I understand that. I understand that, but you got to understand, he came in overweight, and we find out there was some drug shit going on. You can kind of see why that would happen, right?
Well, I see it mainly because there's one word, and Bill. I was talking to Bill directly, and at first I was like, "That's that's soft, blah blah blah, get it back." But then Bill goes, "No, we want to set precedent." The word precedent, as Mr. Bailey knows, is a very important word in law because boxing has no rules. So the only way you could create rules as it stands now is set precedent, legal precedents. So let's say they go to court and he's found guilty and he gets penalized a certain whatever it is. Now that stands. So now if any other fighter does it, now they have over their head, well, you take steroids, you get caught, you're going to be subject to what happened to Ryan, which could be whatever it is, a huge fine, whatever. So I get that because
I can accept that. I can accept that. That makes sense.
Marco, can I make a statement real quick, Marco?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Marco, can I make a statement?
Yeah, go.
Can you hear me, guys?
We all hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, what's up, attorney?
All right. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Now I wanna support that guy that just said that about lawsuits and races. I'm 100% agreeing with what he's saying about
me.
Certain races will make a foul lawsuit and there won't be any complaints.
Yeah.
Everybody knows that. Everybody knows that. They like to play dumb about it, but everybody knows that. A white man suit, if a white boxer were to do that, or a non-black boxer, nobody's going to talk shit like that.
I think he's out of range, Bailey, but yeah, he was out of range. He was dropped off. Yeah, so I mean, but
here's the big problem. I'm sorry, Marco. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Go for it.
John Paul Pascal is about to fight. Any fighting this weekend, next weekend? That dude been busted like what 5 times? Seriously, with drugs. That's the problem. The dude is still fighting. I'm like, how is this guy still fighting all the times he done failed the drug test? But he's fighting for a title. I don't know if y'all saw that. He's fighting for like an interim title. And if he wins, he's gonna fight Bobby Jack.
Damn,
so that's the problem.
Is that gonna happen?
Hey, Marco.
What?
Hey, Marco. If you're the dude that just recently fought Mugia, would you sue Mugia after what we just found out about him? Would you sue?
Well, he lost, right? Or Mugia won? Who
won? No, the guy that
no contest.
The guy, yeah. Would you sue though for the fact that he tested positive after the fact. So that means during the fight he was on something, and you just found that out. Would you sue? I think his name is Bruno Cerise.
Oh,
I'm bad with foreign
names. The guy who knocked Munguia out?
Sriracha. Yeah, I'm bad with foreign names. I apologize for that. But yeah.
Munguia tested positive after he lost.
Yeah.
Okay.
After he beat the guy, yeah.
I don't know. Like, I wouldn't sue anybody, but in this sport, but unless I was really hurt badly, and then it's like, look, I don't know though. Like, I don't know. It's hard to tell, but I mean, he got his ass whooped, so it almost didn't even matter that he was on PEDs.
That sets a bad precedent, in my opinion, Marco, because then you're gonna have dudes suing. Like, we know most of the boxers are on PEDs anyways.
But it's illegal, so what's wrong with that if they all sue?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I don't get.
It's it's an illegal thing, so then maybe they don't make. But that's the thing. It's not even illegal. Like, is it even illegal? Is there even any statutory, like any writing or law that says you can't take steroids? Like, boxing is so fucking whacked out. I've looked at the laws. Like, each contract is different. That's what people don't get. Each fight has a special contract and all the stipulations. People don't realize this. Literally everything down to how big. Why do you think rings can be different sizes? What the fuck would the NBA look like if they're putting different court sizes each game? Lakers want a smaller court. They prefer that. Okay. Nobody else does that. But boxing does that.
Can I say something real quick?
Yeah.
Real quick.
Right.
The only other sport that does that is baseball. Every size field is not the same. But go ahead though.
Yeah, but yeah. Maybe I don't watch baseball, but I do know that they're a league and they have a set of rules that they all follow, and it's a tightly run ship, right?
Yeah, for the most part. That's
no,
like
Marco, dude is lying. Like, to hit a home run, each outfield goes out 387 feet. That's a fact.
But they don't all have to be the same. One could be 400.
That's not true.
That's
All
the
the stadiums are
minimum.
different.
That's the minimum amount of feet it has to go.
Exactly.
Some fields are like deeper. Like, if you go to
then
Boston,
it doesn't matter how big the field is.
no, but Marco, it does. Like, if you go to Boston, they have the giant. What's it called? The green monster. Dudes can't hit home runs there because it's so high.
That's not true. All the baseball fields, the infield has to be the same, but the outfield you can have different lengths. So that's why the Yankee Stadium has one of the shortest fences. It's way shorter than 387. So that's not what he said is true. All the baseball fields, the infield is all the same dimensions, but the outfield you can make it whatever you want. So that's what's like the wild west, just like boxing, the baseball field.
I would sue or maybe even put charges on the dude if I found out that he had plaster or some shit in his gloves. That's fucked up. You know what I mean?
But
Maybe
Marco, PEDs, sorry, Marco, not to cut you off real quick, but PEDs aren't always like this definitive benefit, because Oscar beat Fernando Vargas, who was hella juiced. So where's the rebuttal to that?
Well, that's the point. The point is this, and this is what we started talking about with the whole Austrian thing with Ryan. It was a nanogram. It's not. None of us know. Nobody knows how much the steroids will help somebody. How much. Nobody even knows if they will for sure. Like, nobody knows. But the fact that it's a possibility is all you need to know.
Can I say something real quick?
Yeah.
And PEDs don't raise your skill level. It just make you stronger and probably hit harder. So
thank you.
Well, that is raising your skill. Oh, you mean skill? But
like it don't make you a better
but it makes
boxer.
you faster. So
Marco,
that's what I'm saying. Though. It's like that's why
skill.
Hold on, real quick. That's why Oscar can beat Vargas, because he's just more skilled than him. He's way better boxer than him. So that's why he can beat somebody on steroids.
Right. And I say Devin was on the floor like 4 times because he had that left hand down, and because he wanted to emulate Tank and try to knock out. He thought he could destroy Ryan when the fact is he couldn't.
He might have been able to put that hand and I'm just saying this devil's advocate. If the PEDs were making Ryan be a faster puncher, then Devin might have been able off PEDs to block quick enough, but since it made Ryan faster, the punch was able to get there quicker than
Marco. Ryan has a lightning left hook with or without PEDs. That's blessed by God.
I'm just saying that's the argument which we can't deny. Like, yeah, if it makes you stronger and faster, it's an unfair advantage.
Hey, could I ask you, Marco, another question?
Mm-hmm.
Is it like, okay, if you win okay, are there more cons than pros to winning a bunch of vacant belts?
I mean, yeah, that's a good thing. I mean, I'm not a big. I don't care as much about belts, me personally. Like, I care more about who the fighter beats, not the belt, but who you beat to get the belt. So for me, it doesn't matter as much. But yeah, it's looked upon. Anybody who says I'm a champion, that's looked upon. That's high stature. That's high class.
Okay. So winning a bunch of vacant belts is good. Like that's not too much of an issue.
I mean, when you have people who want to criticize, yeah, it's a point of contention to be like, oh, you didn't even, it was vacant. But, okay, you could say that. But still, when you look in the history books, it just says champion. Right?
Yeah.
Marco.
Oh, okay.
What?
I got a real question just to close on the Haney topic. I think a lot of dudes don't like Devin either because him and his dad are very outlandish. They say they're DHP promotions.
Well, not him, more his dad.
Yeah, but they're in tandem. Like that's why everyone refers to them as the Haneys because the dad is basically the mouthpiece for Devin. They claim to have DHP promotions, but we all know that that's not really a promotion. Like they haven't put on one show, and they know they need to sell themselves to like Golden Boy or Turkey or Matchroom. That's why they got mad when no one bid for the Haney Sandor mandatory fight because we know that's going to be a snoozer, and Devin's going to want millions of dollars. And so Devin tweeted, wow, Eddie Hearn, like he kind of said, wow, you didn't bid for the fight. But it's like you claim to be a free agent, you claim to be a promoter, but you can't even buy your own fight because you know it's going to do shit.
Right.
So why ain't Tio, like what's going on with the Tio? Why didn't he sign up to fight Haney? Like what's going on with that? I didn't get the particulars of that. Like, why is that fight not happening?
Tio and who?
Tio versus Haney.
Who the fuck knows? I think Tio was pissed off Turkey somehow with all the racist shit, maybe. I don't know. And then it just didn't happen. Tio's been saying some crazy shit.
I think he's trolling, though. I don't think he really feel that way. Because, a lot of people like to troll. A lot of people like to troll black people with racism. You know that, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what he was doing. I don't think he's really, I hate niggas. Like, nah. People just love to troll black people with racism. People like doing that. They get enjoyment out of doing that.
What's up? Somebody saying something?
What do you say? I didn't hear him.
Someone sounds underwater.
Yeah, sounds like he's swimming. I think it's Bailey. I think he has really bad reception.
Can I make some quick comment?
We can't really hear you that well, but go for it.
Yeah. Can you guys hear me? Can you hear me now?
Not really.
It's choppy really bad, attorney.
Yeah.
That's that Atlanta Wi-Fi. No good. Nah.
That's really bad. But Marco, the thing I don't get either with the Tio racism is like if Tio would have like insulted a Mexican, like we would have been like, oh fucking wetbacks or whatever. Like I feel like Mexicans would have been dying to fight Tio. Like, hey, we're gonna check you. That's why I don't get why Keyshawn said, nah, we're gonna ice him out. Like, wouldn't you want to get your lick back in the ring?
The racial tensions.
Yeah, I agree with that.
The racial tensions are way different right now at this particular point in America with black people. And, I know Mexicans are going through their thing too now with the whole ICE and all that, but I feel like it's taken more seriously when you are racist towards black people right at this particular point in time. So, but, it's all about when, what happens, what's going on in the world. But, who knows? Who knows what'll fucking happen? It's not really, I don't know. I don't think he's really achieving much by doing that, though. He's just getting kind of annoying people. I don't think people are like,
no, he's not.
So I don't know. Attorney Bailey's, oh boy. Clarissa, leave him alone. Are you gonna get him going? Nah, I don't give a racist a payday. That's exactly a reaction he's looking for. Oh, so you think he's trying to get people not to fight him? Interesting. Like a way to like duck, but like.
But Marco, what kind of payday is Keyshawn really giving dudes? Like it's Top Rank's budget. Like it's not like Tank will give a dude a payday. Canelo will give dudes paydays, the highest they'll make in their career.
Well,
I don't think Keyshawn is like a draw like that.
Tio never called Keyshawn out, did he? He was calling out Bud, Canelo. I'm not Canelo. Bud, Boots, and Tank.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I never heard him say he wanted to fight. Yeah, never heard.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure at all, but there's a lot of great fights on the horizon. A lot of great
Hey,
potential.
hey Marco, who you got out of Shakur and Zepeda?
Oh, Shakur.
Shakur.
Yeah, Zepeda, and we got a big bet in the community for this. I don't know if you know about this. We got hopefully people will live up to their bets, not just Alberto, but Clarissa
Marco,
too.
I already rearranged that bet.
What you mean?
Honestly, Shakur's probably gonna dance around and UD Zepeda
This
12
dude is a
nothing.
loser, man.
Yeah, I ain't
Let's
hear
do
this.
it for Canelo Bud. Let's do it for Canelo Bud. I'm down.
Oh,
Come on, bro.
damn it! Come on.
You know that's why you want to do that bet because you
Ban
know
this dude, man.
You're crazy, Alberto.
You
Zepeda
know
ain't skilled.
Promise.
Zepeda.
And you know what's the crazy part? He the one that was so big on Zepeda, bro.
Oh,
Zepeda is not skilled enough to beat a Shakur. He's not skilled enough. This should be an easy win for Shakur. Zepeda's not skilled enough.
I think he's very skilled. I just think their matchups. I don't think he matches up well with Shakur.
Man, that dude got no skill.
Nah, he ain't got the technique. He ain't got the technique on the level of Shakur. He don't.
Off the ring, putting punch placement. That's a skill. Yeah, it's not classic like speed, slick. He has a skill. It's a specific skill set. I mean, you don't have the record he has at the level he's at without having skill.
He was fighting in Mexico.
Yeah, I think he has a lot of cans on the record, Marco. That's why as I reflect more, as the fight's getting closer,
that's your Mexican. You know what I'm saying? That's your heritage, bro. You gotta round your people. Why you backing out?
I use logic when I
said
he was keeping it real. He was just being honest. I can respect that.
You don't know.
He made the bet though already. Yeah. So how you gonna go back on the bet?
He switched his bet like 3 times already. No good. Damn it, Alberto.
Well, honestly, when I bet Marco is when I thought that Turkey said no more Tom and Jerry shit, and he was gonna put the smaller ring.
Bro, it's no matter. You can put them in a phone booth and Shakur gonna win.
No, it's gonna be a 20 by 20 now.
That's 2 feet. 2 feet. Who cares?
That's a big difference, Marco. You know, for a mover like Shakur's going to utilize all of that real estate in the ring.
I don't think so. And I don't think Zepeda unfortunately hits hard enough to hurt Shakur. He's cumulative.
Did you see the not to cut you off, I'm sorry. Did you see the tweet where he was like, I got big plans for Shakur and Belenga. I hope they don't get knocked out.
Yeah, that's fucking weird. Did he really write that?
Yeah, he said that.
Who said that? Yes. Who said that?
Turkey said that.
That's weird.
Huh.
Yeah, he said
so he has his favorites, huh?
And what big plans he got for Belenga? Who else could he fight?
I think Ugia. Oh no, I'm tripping. I'm tripping. He just got in trouble. I think if it wasn't for that drug test, they probably would have put. I think they were saying Mugia might fight the winner out of that, but I don't think not no more because he just got busted. So now I don't know, but I remember hearing that prior to this failed drug test.
Yeah, I don't know. Berlanga, I just don't see it. I hope he proves me wrong because he's from my area. I'd love to see him shine.
NYC.
Yeah, I'd love to see him shine, but I don't know. I don't know if he could beat any of these guys. And plus, how much longer is he going to stay at 68? He's going to light heavyweight soon. Has to.
So you from New York. Let me ask you a question. I know you know this. Let's say Mike, obviously you know who Mike Tyson is, right? Let's say Mike didn't get sat down and he got to fight Holyfield in 91. Who you think would have won? When Holyfield still had hair, like prime Holyfield. How do you think that fantasy matchup, how do you think that fight would have won?
Well, Mike Tyson peaked in 89, unfortunately.
Phil?
I do, unfortunately. So I think that Holyfield
because he
might have beat him.
When he stopped working with Rooney, right?
Yep. That was my old trainer. He used to train me.
Yeah, Kevin Rooney, a legendary trainer. He should have kept him. I don't know why he didn't do that.
So if he would have fought Holyfield in 88, 89, then he would have beat him. But I don't know otherwise because, unfortunately, Mike, probably one of the most skilled boxers ever in history, but his career, unfortunately, didn't reflect how skilled he was. Even though he's more popular than anybody. He's a little overrated, I think, in terms of his career. Marco,
Yeah,
they
it
said
didn't.
you didn't know Kevin Rooney. They said you were training with Devin Clooney. Who said that? What, on the Waxing Voice? Joking? Well, I got a video with him from Tuesday Night Fights. You see me right there. So nobody could say that.
All right, one more question, and I'm gonna get up off here.
All right.
In regard to the Canelo and Bud fight, my take on that is this is a dumb matchup, me personally, because it's like for obvious reasons. He's not a 68 pounder. He's never competed at 68. So it's like, how are you expecting to go up there and beat a guy like Canelo out of all people at 68? And it's like, I don't see that happening. Then they're saying that Canelo is declining. He's getting old now. I think for this fight, it's gonna look like Canelo of old. Like he's fighting a guy that's a legit challenger. He's gonna bring his A game. I don't see, as great as Terrence Crawford is, I just don't see him going all the way up to 68 and beating Canelo out of all people. That I would be shocked if that happens. I don't see that happening. But this is a done matchup. The real fight is Canelo versus you know who, but you don't want to fight him. But this Crawford and Canelo, this is a done matchup. And I would pick Crawford because I think technically Crawford's kind of better, but the weight I think is just too much. And you're not beating Canelo at 68 unless you're a guy that's been fighting at 68. I just think Crawford tripping with this fight, but he wants to do it. What you think about that?
I don't know. I saw them. I was around them. You know, I've told this story a bunch of times. I had Canelo winning at first because size matters. But now, I don't know. I guess I'm going to lean slightly towards Canelo because even though Crawford looks like a bigger man, he does not have the track record of taking punches from bigger men, at least not in a professional ring. Maybe sparring, but not a professional. So, I don't know.
Hey, Michael, real quick, I just seen like some news on Seconds Out Boxing. They said that, you know, the man that was boxing with the women last year that had all the controversy during the Olympics?
Mm-hmm.
They're saying, I guess, they found out that's a man.
They found out it's a man? How?
Yeah. They said that she has to, or he has to return his gold medal this afternoon. The World
That's
Boxing
what I was trying to tell you last time. You wasn't listening, bro. They found out it was a dude.
That's not a fucking fact. Like, that has to be officially put out. Remember what official is?
Yeah, Marco, it is. I could drop the link. Well, I don't have Rams, but yeah, I can't. But
I don't know who Seconds Out is, but that's not an official fucking news outlet.
Yeah, like I guess the
genitalia
did it. Like,
because
I seen it on the news like 3 weeks ago. But
show me where you see it.
Marco, they said like because he was gonna compete like with women again, but then like he pulled out the last minute because he found out they were gonna like check genitalia or whatever. So I guess now they did the investigation. He has to return the ring. I mean the medal.
I don't believe that. I want to see it. I thought that was a woman because if that is a fucking look, it could have been photoshopped. True. But there were pictures released of her. I must go with her for now until I know for sure. As a little girl, wearing dresses, pigtails, all that from like an old picture from like the 90s or 80s or whatever. So I don't believe that, but show me.
Hey, yo, Marco.
What's up?
Yeah, I appreciate you letting me come on the panel. Shout out to the rest of the panel. I'm gonna try to get on the next live.
I'm gonna be on tonight, 10 p.m. Eastern.
All right, I'll do that. Appreciate you.
All right, peace out. Yeah, yep. Put it in the link, guys. Let me see.
Yeah, drop the work. I can't do it, so drop the work.
Drop the work, Ian. Because I do not believe that. I think that would be a way. If that was
I'm looking for it right now.
That would be a huge story that would break worldwide.
Yeah, go on Seconds Out Boxing on Twitter. I just seen they posted.
I'll read that, but that's definitely not an official news outlet.
No, they're official, Marco. They're like ES, like Ellie.
I'm trying to get
for the
official
UK.
news, so Marco just believe it.
Ellie's not official either. He's usually right, but official is different than usually right. In my opinion, it has to be a CNN, a fucking.
I want the Daily Mail that.
The actual, you know, maybe whatever it's called, the Olympic Committee, like something like that. That's official, not a media outlet. You know what I'm saying? I don't believe that for a second, but who knows? I think the fight is going to be a split decision, 50-50 fight. Damn. I hope it's not boring. Like, because let's be for real, Bud's fight with Mazurov was kind of boring. Like, I hope it's not one of those tactical, boring, where nobody's really landing clean shots. And that's kind of what Better Be Evan Bivol was, too. Let's, like, for real. It was a little
This
boring.
guy doesn't appreciate a good chess match.
No, I do not. Not a boring one.
No, that's Daily Mail. You gotta post the
What
work.
is this shit? Daily Mail. That's not an official outlet.
Dude's a clown.
Khalif showed top Olympic portion. Yeah, this is not Daily Mail. Daily
I
Mail.
I literally looked up what y'all told me to look up.
Nah, that's not it. I think Daily Mail is even
Dude's
a fucking
loser.
I believe Daily Mail is like a tabloid. Let me see. Is it? Daily Mail. Yeah, it's a tabloid, so it's known to put out bullshit. So that's the exact opposite of official.
Nah, but Marco, I actually got the work, but I can't drop it. Basically, they conducted their research and they're requesting that he return the gold medal back.
From who? Who said this?
The World Boxing Council. I mean, not the World Boxing, the Olympic Committee, the dudes who run the Olympics.
But who's saying it? What's the source? What website is it?
Let me pull it up real quick.
That matters. Like, that's not true. I'm telling you guys, that would have broke all over the place. That would have been big because Olympic boxing is huge.
I mean, not really. Nobody
for the world.
It's women's. No disrespect. It's women's boxing.
Yeah,
sorry, real quick.
An Olympic gold medalist getting their medal taken away for any reason is world news. I'm not saying huge, but world news. I think it would have broke.
But by the IBA, the president of the IBA, Umar Kremlev.
What the fuck's the IBA?
Yeah, I'm like
International Boxing Association.
The IBA is that's not official either. They're not even involved.
They're working with the IOC. It says in the article, in conjunction with the IOC, which would be the international the Olympics committee.
So this article is on the IBA website?
No, not yet.
What website is this article on?
Seconds Out Boxing.
That's what I'm saying. No. That's what matters. Who puts it out? So, and look, there's a possibility it's true. Like anything's possible, right? But I'm just saying, thus far, that's not official, in my opinion. And in most, I don't think anybody will look at Seconds Out and be like, okay, fact. Like fact, something to be a fact has to be more credible sources, I believe. Like I told you guys, I grew up around a lot of, celebrities and shit, and I've heard so much bullshit that I would know firsthand is not true. So that put me very early age to know that, like, you don't believe everything you read. I know that's a cliche, but it's true. What's the page on Twitter? I'm gonna look it up. I'm with Marco. Got to be able to discern an official source.
It's while I'm looking right now, it's like a news clip where they talking about it. Would you want to see that?
Sure. Is that the old clip though? Because they talked about that.
It's new.
Yeah, I mean we could see that. I'll look at that. I mean news, but what news? I'll check it. Let's see what it says. I mean,
it's making me not believe it's real because it's Great Britain news. You know what I'm saying? She's not even from there.
That's true. I mean, that doesn't mean it's not new, but it's not real. But if it's an official news outlet, but again, it's like, what are they saying? Are they saying, possibly not? You know what I mean? It's all about the wording. Is it like officially we found out 1,000% this is a man, or is it saying something like, well, allegations are swerving again about the possibility of? I bet you it's more like that.
Marco, I have the birth certificate they found. Like when he was born, it was considered a man.
Get the fuck out of here. The father posted. Let me play this. Whatever this is. All right, let's play this. There it is. The slurper. What the fuck you keep drinking over there?
What's up, Marco?
What do you keep drinking over there? What are you slurping on?
Nah, I be on the LaCroix too, but they say like that shit, it's like natural. You be on the LaCroix too, right, Marco?
I don't know what that is. Oh, LaCroix.
Yeah. They say like I guess it's like super. I guess they say like the carbonation might be a little bad for the enamel, so I just rock out with the straw.
Oh. Like 22 seconds. That's annoying. All right, let's wait for it. Let's see what this says. This is what website is this? GBS News. Okay, first, GB News.
That's what I'm
Is
saying.
GB
It's supposed to be.
That
News?
website looks super low budget, just off the rip.
I'm
I don't
looking it
know
up
how
right now.
credible.
GB News is a free British to air orientation television radio channel. Okay, is GB News? I'm trying to first. Let's look that up because it matters what this fucking thing is. Is GB News a tabloid?
Oh, so that you're saying, Marco, that's like the TMZ of like the UK?
GB is not a tabloid. It's a television news channel in the UK. It operates under editorial charter aimed at anti-woke values. Aha.
What is a tabloid?
A tabloid is things that put up. It's basically
Like Wall Street Journal,
those old
LA
magazines
Times.
at the supermarket when you were young. Maybe you might even and it just says
Oh
like,
my God, I
like
know what
well,
you're talking
Tupac
about.
found in Cuba. Like it lies, just makes up bullshit, makes up stories, and it's fake. But everybody knows it's fake, but they treat it like it's not. So this is an anti-woke, and it's saying that it is considered as tabloid. They use broad, provocative headlines and opinionated debate formats. Yeah, so this news channel is kind of a tabloid.
Yeah, but Marco, my only pushback to you is like,
and welcome to the show. So what's your take on the fact that the medical records have come out and it seems to prove conclusively that Khalif is in fact a biological man?
Martin, thanks for welcoming me back.
What?
First of all,
what the fuck is that talking? What is that?
That's what I'm saying. You recording on that, and you a man yourself. What the hell?
Standard respect, dignity applies. This person.
well, Marco, you sure this don't have like
appreciate
copyright
that
on it?
Necessarily a lot.
I don't know. If it does, I'll just fucking let me cut it
Her
out.
as a woman who maybe
It's nothing to do with
looks, how she sounds.
I don't think that's a man.
We know of
evidence with your own two eyes, Joanne. Look at the physical.
If you just look, come on, like you say, the eye test is everything. That she looks, talks, and sounds like a man. I mean,
I don't know what that was, but that was absolutely not an official source, by no means.
Marco, can I change gears with you real quick?
Yeah.
So basically, this week I got a lot of people saying like Tevin Farmer, if he's able to beat like Kid Floyd, like where do you see him in the mix? Like at 135, because he's a little bit up there in age, and I don't think he signed a promoter, so he doesn't have that backing behind him.
Farmer versus Schofield.
Yeah, Kid. It's this Saturday on the undercard of the Jake Paul.
I got Schofield. I want to take another quick moment, guys. We got these vintage Grants raffle. These are from, I believe, either 98 or 99. One of the first Grants ever made. They're old school, unused, but old. Very rare. We are raffling them. CJ has almost every raffle. I don't think he can lose these, but you guys, you want to enter, you know how to do it. Cash App right here, $10, grad gloves, or PayPal address right here.
I'm gonna just say, CJ, I looked out for you. That's all I'm saying.
Oh shit, CJ has yet to win his own item, right? He has yet to actually win it himself. So,
yeah.
Ness. All right, raffle. Hell yeah, man, we got to get these moving. I noticed the raffles really slowed down once it got warm out. So did my views. I noticed too. Something about when the summer spring hit, everything kind of slowed down. I don't know. I guess people are out more. They're not on the fucking computer as much. That's another man. That was a man talking. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck that was. That was strange. But I think Farmer's gonna lose that fight. Nope, just got one. I think Farmer's gonna lose that fight. Mo Brains, my man. He's here. He's quiet, but he's watching. Let's get him in. All right, CJ, your first competition, Mo Briggity. First competition, CJ. I don't think. Well, what do you think? I don't think Farmer wins that fight.
I mean, he gave Cepeda problems, Marco. So I don't think we can just dismiss Farmer like he's a nobody, like a can or anything.
He did give him problems.
You would agree that Cepeda is better than Schofield, right?
I don't know.
Well, honestly, I think in Schofield last fight, he got dropped by like this unknown Mexican dude, and he even like sat on the stool and missed it completely. So
Schofield got dropped.
yeah, by a Mexican cat.
He turned. I think he like turned his back and then he got clipped. Oh no, he didn't get hit. Yeah, but he
Bailey,
had turned his back in the fight.
appreciate you, Bailey.
Thank you. Come again.
Okay, I didn't remember him getting dropped. Interesting, but it was more that he turned. Why did he turn his back?
I don't know. I think he got hit and then he was like he tried to he wanted to say something to the ref and then but the dude didn't follow up and hit him though.
Okay, kind of like how Ortiz tried to do too many hugs and Floyd's clipped his ass. Going to be a snore fest. Okay. Schofield is incredibly green. Wow, capital incredibly. A healthy farmer is wily enough to sneak a victory. Interesting.
Nah, champ.
Interesting.
I mean, he's slick, you know, and he got way more knowledge and experience than Schofield, so I can see it.
It's definitely possible. Is it probable? No, in my opinion, but it is possible. Very, very possible. I don't know.
Like Schofield ain't never show he got no type of nothing to him, so you know what I'm saying. He don't got no dog or no grit, nothing like that.
Marco,
what's up?
Just going back on the Haney, just to like put it to bed. Pause. You really think like the Haney's like I don't like the last dude? I think his name was like Lotus Bomb or what was it?
Lotus Bomb.
I forgot his name. Lucas or Lotus.
Lotus. Yeah.
Lotus.
Our boy Dwayne here hates him, but go ahead.
Yeah, like I know he was kind of writing for Haney. Pause, but I don't know. Like these dudes really don't know why a lot of people are like disgruntled with like the Haney's approach. Like they come off as like entitled.
Hold on real quick. Attorney Bailey, thank you once again. 2 in a row. You're the man. Let me hit him with the air horn.
Thank you. Come again.
Extra crispy 5-piece with extra napkins. Marco takes his time and gives you guys a national platform to be heard. And you can talk to boxing stars. Worth at least 2 ducats. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you. Oh, another one.
Thank you. Come again.
Yayan might give you the single grant if I win that. Aw. Well, that's nice. You guys want to get a room? I'm just kidding.
That's real.
I wanted Haney versus T.O. Hitchens Norman. Okay. Yeah, I don't see it with Farmer, but if he wins, he has my respect. Yeah. I don't see it either, but it's absolutely, I like what Mo said, is very possible. Because when Farmer wasn't having those Tourette tics, you know what I'm saying, and he was dropping his hands, just getting clipped up, he was doing okay. But he had like 3 or 4 instances. You guys remember that? He would just, his hands wouldn't, like it was almost like the Tourette's wouldn't let him lift his hands. They would he would just be moving out the way, but not even moving out of the way with urgency. It was fucking weird.
Honestly,
but Zepedic still couldn't hurt him, which was weird. But go ahead.
Yeah, no, honestly,
he don't got power.
No, I guess not.
Go ahead though.
Yeah, Farmer's a warrior for that for me. Like he'll always have my utmost respect. Like to fight with Tourette's, and he has that weird eye thing going on. Like, yeah, that dude's a warrior.
What's wrong? He has a lazy eye.
He's like cross-eyed.
Like cross-eyed.
Like Biggie Smalls.
Wait, Biggie was cross-eyed?
He sure was. He even rapped about, what was the lyric? What was the lyric?
Can you pull up a picture, Marco? Pause.
CJ, well, what was the lyric where he says something about his eye? Well, he says black and ugly as ever, but he says something about his eye.
Didn't he say you look so good, make me want to fuck your daddy or something?
Suck your daddy dick. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Pause.
So, see, but back when we weren't like, oh, you're so gay. That was more like, oh shit, that's how dope she is. Like, because it's a
what?
I would never see a girl that makes me say I want to suck.
So y'all
thought
that was hot.
We thought
Marco was blasting that shit.
Yes, because it was out the box. It was showing how dope. See, we looked at it more. This is how dope she is. That you would say some crazy shit like that. Of course, you don't mean it. You would just say it. That's how dope she is.
Marco, that's low key. Like he's showing like he would dude just wants a reason to want to
I
suck a
feel
dick.
like you young kids now are way too homophobic.
Hey, I can't believe you defending this.
Yeah, Marco, that's crazy.
Then you guys, it's a different time. You know what I'm saying? Back then too, people could say shit. A lot of things were being said. People would get slapped in school. Like teachers could slap. A lot of things have changed. You know what I mean? It's just the way everything's perceived.
You know, back then you could be openly gay, you know. But no, that's crazy.
Oh shit! What happened? Hold on a second. This fucking breaker popped. What happened to the breaker? Hello?
Your dad's gone, Eon. You can pop it.
Yeah, you gotta turn it. You can only leave it off like a minute and a half. I didn't know we lived in the fucking ghetto. Yeah, I guess.
You lucky he came back. I was about to. I mean,
what happened?
I was about to chew Alberto out.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Everything good, Marco?
Yeah, I didn't know I lived in a fucking ghetto here. Like apparently I moved. If we run the microwave too long, the breaker pops. It's like
that'll happen too, like in apartments. If you run like a blender or microwave.
I'm in a house, man.
What the hell is a breaker?
This dude's broke, Marco.
You don't know what a breaker is?
Breaker panel.
No.
You know, you ever open up the?
Oh, that yeah,
and it'll pop, so you have to reset it and click it again.
Yeah, I'm familiar.
Yeah, that's what a breaker is. So sometimes
I've never heard it be called a breaker.
It's called the panel breaker.
What do you guys call it?
Yeah, a breaker panel. Yeah,
you said breaker, so there it is. But yeah, so I don't know what the fuck. But anyway, landlords are scum. Yeah, well, this is a house, and all they have to do is this would be hard though. They'd have to run a whole new wire, a thicker wire. I guess the thinner the wire, the least amount of electricity it could take. The thicker the wire, the more electricity. But that's a lot of work to run a whole wire through a whole house. So I just got to keep shit off that breaker. But anyway, where were we? Nah, no more.
Roberto, bro. How old is he? Like, let's just take the cat out the bag, bro.
Alberto, he doesn't want to tell us because he's worried somebody's gonna look him up. We don't even know your last
back
name.
to boxing.
We don't even know your last name. Alberto is such a
This dude's a loser, bro. Like
Alberto,
you
listen.
think he mysterious.
Alberto, listen. Let's say you're 23, right? And let's say somebody tries to say Alberto 23 California. Like, you know how many billions of people would come up? Like, nobody's gonna find you.
Nah, my name's old school, Marco.
This dude
There's
is
a lot of
loser.
We're not asking your fucking last name. Your first name is an old school. There's so many Albertos. And so many your age in California. There's no way anybody would find you. That's crazy. But okay. It's up to you. Up to you.
He said Marco found another mouse.
We had 4 minimum. I caught 3 and then there was one more. And then so I had the landlord finally come in and he pulled out. They were going behind the dishwasher. The landlord pulled the dishwasher out and then there were some holes in some of the pipe around the pipes. So he foamed those up and now we haven't seen them since. So I think a whole family got in when that window was broken. And we caught 3 of them, but now the rest are going to die in the walls or whatever because that's probably where they've been chilling. So I think it's finally over.
Would you rather have roaches or mice, Marco?
Roaches in a hot second. I hate mice. Mice are so much bigger. They leave shit. They make noise. They'll eat your shit. Like roaches don't bother you unless you're grossed out and you see them, but they're not. I don't know. I don't like roaches either. Don't get me wrong, but like in a heartbeat, I'll take mice. I mean roaches in a heartbeat. It feels like a roach is like a mammal. It's like it feels like you're being invaded. I mean, a mouse is a mammal. It feels like you're being invaded more than a little fucking bug. Bugs are everywhere. Do you have a palm tree in Connecticut? No, I don't have a fucking palm tree. I wish. Bro, then keep at me. Berto's Batman. I hope Chavez Jr. F's up Jake Paul.
I'll cam up if Canelo loses. The dude don't want to bet the chili.
Nah, you already blew that. You blew
Marco,
that.
I will hold my word to that one.
You already said that.
And I know what he's trying to do. He's trying to prolong it because, that fight in September. Let's do the fight that's in literally 2 weeks.
Okay, give me a 50-50 fight, dude. I'm not
That's
doing
a 50-50. Zepeda versus Shakur is 50-50.
Okay, let's see if Vegas agrees. If Shakur is like a $500 favorite, he's not.
Zepeda versus Shakur odds Vegas.
It's a landslide, Marco. Shakur's like probably 100 to 1 favorite.
And let's keep it real. Canelo will probably be the favorite in a fight.
Shakur's minus 1,200. That's a pretty big
favorite. Come on, man. This dude.
Okay, look up Canelo versus Bud. I guarantee you it's about the same.
That one's tight.
Nah,
that one's tight.
I think it's more even. I think Canelo's up by like maybe.
It's gonna be 1,000.
I think it'll be under 500.
Hell no.
I think it's like 180.
I think it's going to be about that too. All right. It is. Yep. 180 exactly. How'd you know that?
Because I'm an informed individual.
180 to 205. Yeah, I told you.
Look on FanDuel. What side is that? I can't be FanDuel.
No, it just AI answered. It looked up Vegas.
Yeah, and you want to bet on that? Yes or no? 200, and then I'll cam up if Canelo lose. No problem.
No, see, I'm trying to make it like something.
Yeah, he wants to pick a matchup where he knows he's guaranteed to win, Marco.
No. I'm trying to make it because I want to keep the original bet, but I know you're not going to do that. But I want to make it to see, like, I mean, I don't know. I'll think about it, bro. Give me till like August, and I'll think about it.
Yeah, think about it because we got to be honest, Alberto. We can't trust that you'll honor it because you've already pulled out a few times. So
no, that one I'll honor, Marco. Like I'll leave the channel if I don't honor it.
Man, this is nutty stuff.
Marco, what's up with the attorney and the girl going at it?
She made a. I think you were in here. She made one. You know how she fucks with everybody, like, but very lightheartedly. And she says something about his license, like, "Oh, he's as much of a lawyer as Judge Judy, right?" And he just he started calling her a hoe and all this.
Lawyers are not judges.
I don't blame him.
Attorney Bailey started calling her a hoe and get in the kitchen or whatever he said, or maybe you said that. But anyway, he started like calling her a hoe, so she did not like that. I could tell the way she is. She must fuck. She's definitely a woman because she is not letting go of she did not like.
And that's the thing. AB apologized, so you know what I'm saying. So I think
he didn't apologize.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, he did, Marco. He tried to squash the beef.
Like, I think it was like last week when we was on the panel. He said,
he did. And Marco, like, attorney went to school for like 10, 20 years for that shit. Like, she can't be joking.
This is how we know she's a woman because she is not letting it go at all. She's man, I feel bad for when her husband gets pissed at her, or when she gets pissed at her husband. She's probably hitting him with mad jabs, like nonstop till he just is like, "Sorry, I'm fucking sorry." Yeah, I don't know. I guess that struck a nerve. I don't blame her. Like, especially you have to understand, in a room like this where like it's all men, you know what I mean? So I don't blame her. It makes her feel. She probably feels a little uncomfortable to begin with.
I mean, it's not like we making fun of each other, though. You know what I'm saying? But
I know, but I'm just saying, like, it's a lot worse when for example, when I was on TBV and they tried that racist shit that one time, I'm one of the only white people in a room that had probably over 1,000 people watching. So it's like it makes you feel like fuck. You're getting. Whatever it is, your race, your gender, whatever it is that you're different is being focused on, and a whole bunch of other people who aren't, with you. It just even though a lot of them didn't agree with it, it doesn't matter. It still makes you feel like fuck, like I'm a minority, I'm an outcast. So I get why she would feel that way. But she should let it go. He already said, he already tried to chill, but she's not. No, she's not.
Can I talk about the Pacers real quick?
Go ahead.
Like, this might sound like, I don't know how y'all might take this, but like, I'm not so much like angry that the Pacers lost. It's that the fact, like, you know what I'm saying? We only get so much in Indiana. But like, to be honest, I didn't grow up a Pacers fan. Like, where I live, actually, I live in northern Indiana. So I'm actually
what
closer
city?
to like South Bend, Indiana. You see, something you wouldn't do, you wouldn't have said that. But like, I live close to Chicago, so like growing up, we used to get like Chicago Bulls games. I never seen the Pacers games on like TV, so I didn't even grow up a Bulls fan. I liked it more so players than like teams and stuff. So the Pacers was never my squad. So it's just the fact that Indiana, even like Notre Dame. I know y'all don't watch college football, but we was just in the national championship and we lost, and that, you know what I'm saying, that hurt my heart way more than losing the finals, but.
Oh, so
yeah, South Bend, Indiana.
College
football?
I'm
an Indiana guy. I just root for Indiana, but
I mean, at your age, I was still doing that at one point, and maybe not. I got like my man Fred, who comes in here. He's fucking in his 50s, and he's a diehard. Like, but most people, I feel like when they get a little older, like you start being like, these motherfuckers don't pay my bills. They don't know who I am. Like, what's the, and it's like, I got sick of it with the Knicks because I'm like, I'm letting this determine, like, it would ruin my day. It would ruin a few days. And at one point, I'm like, this is silly. Like, I can't be letting some team that, like, I have no control over. They don't even appreciate, like, it's not even like they appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? You walk by the team, they won't be like, yo, there's our biggest fan, Yayan. They don't even know who you are.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, yeah. But I'm a root for it. Like, if we ever doing something great in Indiana, I'm a root for it. We only get so much out here.
Yeah, I mean, that's a Midwest thing, right? A lot of Midwest states, people are real hardcore with like the college football and the sports.
Yeah, and I'm not the biggest like college football fan. But even the Colts, like I don't root for the Colts. It's just like if they doing good, I'm a root for them. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. No way, you're a roofer, Yayan.
I never said I was a roofer.
Huh?
I don't know where you got that from.
What? Why do you say that?
Yeah, I don't know. He asked me one time, did I do construction? I told him like I did before, but I don't know if that's what he referring to.
You have work construction?
Yeah, a little bit.
That's a good, like, those jobs. I don't know how it is there, but in New York, like those pay pretty well depending on what job you're on, depending what you're doing and all that. And sometimes you just sit there and do nothing. But yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I never watched shit but basketball and of course boxing. I never got into all these other sports. He's on the tractor, remember? He ha ha ha. Okay. I can be a bitch. Yup, not gonna lie. I bitch at times. Damn, Bailey's on some like 360 peace.
He responded to what Clarissa said.
Messing with Bailey is too easy. It's like two bitches arguing. See, she's still going at him. She is. Come on, Clarissa. Let the fucking loosen the grip a little bit.
Mo, what you talking about, Mo?
My advice to you, young man. I mean, Mo, you're only like 7 years older than him. Well, 9, I guess. Would
Mo,
be
let's talk about this, Mo. You know what I'm saying?
Into trade. Well, I mean, he has a point. You could build yourself a union job, man. You could build yourself a union job. Career.
You talking about like trade school?
I think he just means get
or like day trading. I know that's the thing.
No. He means a trade like pick a specific trade like electrician or a plumber or whatever, one of those things. That's what he means, I believe. Not trading like stocks. Bandwagon.
How is that bandwagon? I'm from here, bro. How can I bandwagon where I'm from?
Yeah, I don't know what that means. Robert's wilding out. Do not know what that means. Do not know what that means.
Hey, I heard somebody else fighting, but Jake Paul fighting this week, ain't he?
Is that this weekend?
I think so, yeah.
Hold on, just all right, guys. I'm gonna end this now, and I will see you guys tonight. All right. I appreciate you guys, and jump back in at 10. Peace.